Welcome to Larry H. Miller Field as the 6-seed Orem Tigers are set to take on the 2-seed Brighton Bengals in a rematch from yesterday's winners bracket game where Brighton prevailed 8-1. Orem took down Salem Hills 14-8 earlier today to avoid elimination and secure this rematch with the Bengals. Because Brighton won yesterday over Orem and has not lost in bracket play, the Tigers will have to beat the Bengals twice over the next 2 days to advance to the championship on Friday. If Brighton wins here today, they will advance. If Orem wins, the two will play tomorrow at 4:30 in what would be an elimination game for both teams. We're about set to go here at BYU with our pitching matchup featuring Miles Layton for the Bengals. Hit a home run yesterday in the win versus Orem. On the other side, Zach Ingeman, number 8, will be hitting 5 for the Tigers. Will start on the mound. Starting things off here, Jack Saba will lead it off for the Bengals in the 1 spot, wearing number 9 at the shortstop. Going up against Zach Ingeman on the mound, as you can see here right now, warming up, getting ready to go in the elimination game for the Tigers. Again, if Orem wins, they'll play another game tomorrow, but Brighton will have 2 games to win 1 in order to advance to the 5A Utah State Finals. We're ready to go here in the top of the first inning. Jack Saba leading things off for the Bengals. Saba, 360 average, 1.180 OPS, 32 hits, 22 RBIs. Takes ball 1 here for a 1-0 count. 5 home runs, 17 walks for number 9, the senior. 2 hits, 1 RBI, 2 doubles versus Orem yesterday. He'll take it inside once again, 2-0. Orem defeated Salem Hills 14-8 earlier today. Offense was led by Easton Petita. 4 hits, 4 RBIs for Petita. As a called strike here on the 3-0 count, we'll keep Saba at the plate. Halfway over to first base. We'll have to retrace his steps, stay in the batter's box here on a 3-1 count. This one hit high into right field, playable. And that's out number 1 here in the top of the first inning. Ingeman retires Saba. And Easton Petita, mentioned him, out in right field, made the play. 4 hits, 4 RBIs versus Salem Hills in the victory to keep the Tigers alive here in the 5A Utah State Tournament. Stepping up to the plate in the 2-hole, Case Beams takes strike 1. Beams, number 7, in the 2 spot, playing out in right field today for the Bengals. Even count 1-1 on the ball high. Out of the hands of Ingeman. One. This one hit to left field. High fly ball coming back. And will not make the play. Beam's going to try and get to third base. And he will. Sliding feet first, 1 out triple here for Case Beams. Just a second triple of the year for Beams. Committed to Arizona, the senior. 338 average and 908 OPS. And that will increase after the 1 out triple. That ball just kept on carrying into left field. Unable to make the play. And that'll bring up Riley Brown with a man on third. 1 out. Takes ball 1 outside. Riley Brown hitting in the 3 spot, wearing 24, playing third base today. Brown, 29 games played, 440 average. Takes ball 2. Salt Lake Community College commit will team up. Fouled back, make it 2-1. Ball 3 high, 3-1 count. Riley Brown will team up with A.J. Thomas, who's also committed to Salt Lake Community College. We saw Thomas here just a moment ago for Maple Mountain. Both excellent seniors for their respective teams. For the 2-seed Brighton Bengals, Riley Brown, 40 hits, 36 RBIs, 12 doubles, 3 triples, 5 homers, 12 walks. And he'll take another one right there. Runners at the corners with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. River Schmidt stepping up to the plate in the cleanup spot. Designated hitter today for the Bengals. River Schmidt, 356 average, 1.121 OPS, 14 walks, 26 hits, 16 RBIs. This one fouled off into the right side netting. 0-1 from Ingman to Schmidt. Here's the 0-1. Taking a peek over at first base is Ingman. Called strike 2. 0-2 count quickly here to River Schmidt. Oh-2 pitch, lined up to second base, out at second, out at first, just like that. Inning-ending double play for the Tigers. We'll take it to the bottom of the first. 0-0 ball game in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. We'll get a message from our sponsors and be right back. Welcome back here to Larry H. Miller Field. Elimination game here for the Orem Tigers facing off against Brighton. Brighton will have 2 games to win 1. Here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament, Merrick Bostock leading things off for the Tigers. Facing off against Miles Layton on the mound. Number 11 for the Bengals. Righty on righty matchup. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. 0-1. Bostock, 1 hit versus Brighton and 2 walks in their game yesterday. They'll take ball 1, even count 1-1. Bostock with 1 RBI and 1 run versus Salem Hills earlier today to stay alive. 1-1 pitch, high and outside, 2-1. Miles Layton, the pitcher, 1.56 ERA on the year, 5-1 record, 40 1/3 innings pitched. He'll throw this one high on the heater. 3-1 count. Worked by Bostock. Takes ball 4-5, pitch walk to lead things off here in the bottom of the first inning. That's going to bring up Cy Burge, wearing number 1, batting number 2, playing shortstop today. Facing off against Miles Layton. Just 7 walks on the year for Miles Layton, make it 8 and 48 strikeouts. Burge takes the 1-0, low and outside. Burge committed to Antelope Valley College in California. 2 hits versus Brighton yesterday. Earlier today versus Salem Hills, 2 hits, 1 run, and 6 at-bats. 14 runs scored from the Tigers as they just kept getting down the line. Allowed for 6 at-bats for Burge. 2-0 count to the shortstop. Throw over to first base, checking in on Merrick Bostock. Covers the bag, will reset Do it again with a 2-0 count here to Cy Burge. Ball 3 high, worked his way into a 3-0 count, Cy Burge. We'll see if he has the green light here with a man on first and nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. Or if this will be a take. It will be a take. Strike on the heater. 3-1 count here from Leighton to Burge. Check swing, called strike 2. Leighton working it back to a full count. 3-2 here with Bostock on first base. Bostock leads off. Leighton takes a peek over to first base. Here is the payoff. Strike, looking on the outside corner. Strikeout number 1 here for Miles Leighton in the bottom of the first. One out here now in the bottom of the first. Man on first base. Chase Ford stepping up to the plate. Designated hitter. Wearing number 4, hitting in the 3 spot. Runner goes. Bostock over to second. Throw. Not in time. That'll be a stolen base here for Bostock. Put a runner in scoring position. Called ball 1 for Chase Ford. 1-0 pitch. Called strike, even count 1-1. Ball outside, low and away, 2-1 here on Chase Ford. Ford, 2 hits, the lone RBI versus Brighton yesterday. 3 walks drawn and 3 runs earlier today versus Salem Hills. He'll foul it off, back to an even count once again, 2 apiece. Ford steps out of the batter's box, steps back in, ready for the 2-2 pitch coming from Miles Leighton. Peek back to second, checking on Bostock, 2-2 pitch. Hit high, foul ground, left side and out of play. Stays 2-2. Ball outside, taken by Chase Ford, working himself into a full count with a man on second, 1 out, bottom of the first inning. In a must-win game for the Tigers. Swung on, hit well into left field. That ball's carrying. Play made in left field at the warning track. Bostock will retreat back to second. They'll call him safe. Excellent play made out there in left field by Mac Ellison. Second out of the inning on a hard hit ball to left field. That'll bring up Tayden Kawa, number 11, playing third base, hitting in the cleanup spot for the Orem Tigers. 6 seed coming in. Lost to Brighton yesterday, 8-1. Looking for some revenge here with a man on second, 2 outs, bottom of 1. Swung on to left field once again. Falling fast, but the play made once again by Mac Ellison out in left field. That will be out number 3 in the inning. Leadoff man on. Limiting the damage here is Miles Leighton. 0-0 ball game. Will head to the top of the second inning after a word from our sponsors. You're watching KSLSports.com. Welcome back here to Brigham Young University. 0-0 ball game here between the 2-seed Brighton Bengals and the 6-seed Orem Tigers. Leading off things here in the top of the second inning is number 23, Cooper Scott, playing out in left field today for the Bengals. Pardon my mistake. Said it was Mac Ellison out there in left field for the Bengals. Got that mixed up. It was Cooper Scott making both those outs to end the first inning. Early 2-0 count here to Scott. Cooper Scott, 23, senior. Made a couple of great plays in left field just a moment ago. Leading things off for the Brighton Bengals. Swing and a miss at the 2-0 pitch. Make it 2-1. Scott, 29 game played. 374 average, 1.004 OPS. Takes strike two, even count 2-2. Scott committed to Southern Idaho, 1 hit and 1 double yesterday versus Orem in the 8-1 win. 2-2 pitch coming from Ingeman. Swung out, fouled back into the Brighton dugout. Count remains 2-2. Ingman gave up a triple in that first inning, but a ground out, double play, ended it as this one's lined to center field. Out number 1 here in the top of the second inning. Play made out in center field by the leadoff hitter, Merrick Bostock. That'll bring up the 6th hitter, number 25, playing in center field, Easton Fry. Easton Fry, biggest power hitter in the Brighton lineup. 410 average, 32 hits, 43 RBIs, 10 doubles, 1 triple, 12 home runs, 16 walks with a 1.564 OPS, committed to Southern Idaho. Along with teammate Cooper Scott. As he fouls off the 1-0 pitch, make it 1-1 with 1 out in the top of the second, nobody on. Ingeman on the mound. Grab the chalk bag. Reset. Righty on a righty matchup here with 1 out in the top of 2. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did not go. 2-1 count here to Fry. Swung on into left center field, falling fast. That ball is going to drop and go to the warning track. Easton Fry is going to dig for extra bases. He's going to try and get to third. Throw to third in time, and that's going to be an out. Trying to get greedy, Easton Fry into third base. Play made. Cutoff man got it over to third base. Tagged out by Taden Kawa. Takes away extra bases here in the top of the second for out number 2. Heads up play right there by the cutoff man, shortstop Cy Burge. Pitching it over to Taden Kawa for the tag out. Bases cleared on that one. Trying to dig for 3. Called out at third base. Huge play here at this juncture of the ball game for the Tiger defense. 0-1 swung on, 0-2 quickly here to J.C. Garza. Garza batting in the 7th spot. Wearing number 8, the catcher today for the Bengals. This one's hit hard into left field, but drifting foul. Out of play. Remains 0-2. Garza on the year, 3.94. Average, 1.129 OPS. 26 hits, 27 RBIs, 2 homers, 14 walks. One hit, one RBI yesterday versus Orem. Committed to Columbia Basin College in Washington. Swings at this. Slowly to third base. Kawa over to first. That's going to do it here. A 5-3 ground out will end the inning. Take us to the bottom of the second. 0-0. All tied up here in the Utah 5A State Baseball Tournament. We'll get a quick message from our sponsors and return shortly.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
And we're back here at Larry H. Miller Field. 2-seed Brighton Bengals taking on the 6-seed Orem Tigers. Message from our sponsor. Today's game is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account. With 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases, it's a big deal. Member FDIC. Bottom of the second inning here at Brigham Young University. Zach Ingman leading things off here. Scoreless through 2 innings as the pitcher for the Tiger defense. Will step up to the plate in the 5 spot, wearing number 8. Miles Layton still on the mound for his second inning of work. Throws Ingman, ball 1. Called strike 1, even count 1-1 from Miles Layton. Layton just 9 earned runs on the year, 48 strikeouts. 7 walks coming in, now 8. Just 29 hits, 40 in a third innings pitched. Second most on the Bengal team. Count work 2-2 here. Even once again. 2-2 pitch, fouled off. Left field side. Stays 2-2. Nobody on, no outs. Bottom of the second inning. 2-2 pitch. This one blooped into left field. It's going to drop for a base hit here to lead things off in the bottom of the second inning. Zach Ingman with the no-out single. Will be out there on first base as Jackson Johnson steps up to the plate. Johnson, excellent game here earlier today versus Salem Hills. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 3 runs for the senior. I'll have a leadoff man on. Nobody out. Fouls it off. 0-1. High and outside, 1-1 even here to Jackson Johnson. Johnson hitting in the 6th spot. Playing second base on defense. Foul tipped off. Quickly 1-2 here to Johnson. Low and outside, even once again, 2-2. Runner goes. Zach Ingman sliding feet first into second base for the steal. Put a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Full count running here to Jackson Johnson. Payoff. Fouled off right side, out of play. We'll reset and do it again. Layton takes a peek back at second. Payoff coming. Low and away. That'll be a no-out walk here to put a runner at first. Ingman leading things off with a single. Stealing second base. Jackson Johnson with a walk. That'll bring up Parker Van Buren wearing number 12. Batting in the 7th spot. First baseman for the Tigers. Man on first and second. Nobody out. He'll try and bunt. Went into foul ground territory first before dribbling into play. And that'll be an 0-1. One hit, one RBI, one run for Parker Van Buren in the game versus Salem Hills earlier today in our first game of 4 here at Brigham Young University. Quickly 0-2 here to Van Buren from Layton. Oh, 0-2 pitch low. Good take there by Parker Van Buren to make it 1-2. Strike 3 looking out number 1 in the inning. Strikeout number 2 on the day from Miles Layton. That's going to bring up number 3, catcher, Mads Powelson. Look, showing bunt. Foul ground territory. Runners still at first and second for the Tigers with 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The 8-hitter, Mads Powelson, at the plate. Oh, 1 coming from Layton. Showing bunt again is Powelson. Pitch low and away. 1-1 count. Here to the catcher. One more bunt attempt. Into the backstop. Make it 1-2. Easton Petita on deck. Merrick Bostock in the hole. 1-2 pitch coming from Layton. Strike 3 looking. Out number 2 here in the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts from Miles Layton. His 3rd of the evening. It's going to bring up Easton Petita. Talked about him earlier. 4 hits, 4 RBIs in the game versus Salem Hills to avoid elimination for the Tigers. Ball 1 low and away. Runners hold at first and second. Petita playing out in right field will take time. Get a pinch runner here for Orem. Number 15, Mac Christensen, the junior, will pinch run at second base. Matt Christiansen. My apologies. 1-0 pitch here to Petita. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Runners on first and second. 1-0 pitch coming from Layton. Ball outside here, 2-0. Swung on. High fly ball left field. Playable. Out number 3 in the inning. We'll head to the top of the third. Tied up here 0-0. Miles Layton and Zach Ingman. Scoreless through 2. We'll get a message from our sponsors and return shortly here on KSLSports.com. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field for this matchup between the 6-seed Orem Tigers and the 2-seed Brighton Bengals. Zach Ingman, scoreless through 2. 1 walk, just 1 hit allowed, leading things off for the Bengals. Number 22, Josh Mawhinney, hitting in the 8th spot. First baseman, ready to lead things off. Check swing, ball 1. Mawhinney, number 22, the senior. 167 average, 517 OPS, 5 hits, 4 RBIs on the season. He'll take strike 1, even count 1-1. Take ball 2. Gets by the catcher to the backstop. Two, 1 pitch low, 3-1 here to Mawhinney. Hit hard down the third base line. Full count, 3-2 from Ingman. Here to Mawhinney. That one slapped into left field. It's going to be a base hit for the leadoff hitter, Josh Mawhinney, here in the top of the 3rd inning. That's going to bring up number 3, Nacho Price. Nacho Price in the 9-hole today. Playing second base for the Bengals. This one, slowly to the third base, going to dribble foul. Nice job right there by Taden Cowa to let that go. For strike 1. Nacho Price, real name Alexandros. Nickname Nacho, 283 average, 746 OPS, 15 hits, 17 RBIs, 2 hits, 1 RBI versus Orem yesterday. His first plate appearance of the day. Count even here, 1-1. No score, top of the 3rd inning, nobody out. Man on first base for the Bengals. Swing and a miss. Quickly 1-2 here to Price. Throw back to first base, checking in on Josh Mawhinney. One-two pitch, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 here for Zach Ingman. First out of the top of the 3rd inning. high heater from Ingman. Bring us back to the top of the Bengal lineup. Jack Saba, number 9, flew out in the first. With a man on first, 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Strike 1, middle. Strike 2, bottom part of the plate. Quickly 0-2 here to Jack Saba. Swung on, right field side, drifting foul. Remains 0-2, Zach Ingman. Trying to work out of a leadoff single from Josh Mawhinney. Struck out the 9-hitter, Nacho Price. We'll get the leadoff hitter, Jack Saba, here for his second at-bat of the evening. 0-2 outside, make it 1-2. One-two pitch, swung on, fouled back, out of play. Low and outside, even count, 2-2 here to Saba. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit early for Ingman. No score, top of 3. Works the count full here, Jack Saba working back. After 1-2 count. Working it full here with a man on first and 1 out. In the top of the third. Runner goes. Ball outside. 1 out walk here. Puts a man on second and a man on first. Jack Saba drawing the walk. And that'll bring up Case Beams, number 7. Tripled in the first inning. But a double play after a walk ended the inning in the first for the Bengals. Runner in scoring position here for Beams. Called strike 1 to start things off here to Beams from Ingman. Second walk of the day from Ingman. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Top of the third inning. 0-1 pitch coming here to Case Beams. Swung on. Fouled out of play. Quickly 0-2. 0-2 pitch, fouled back to stay alive. Case Beams hitting in the 2 spot, wearing number 7, right fielder. 0-2 pitch once again. Swung on. Sharply to second base. Play made at second. Play made at first. Inning ending. Double play here for the Tiger defense. Take us to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Playoffs. We'll get a word from... welcome back to Brigham Young University. Back to the top of the order here in the bottom of the third inning. Merrick Bostock, a walk and a steal in the first. We'll get things started for the Tiger offense in a must-win game. Ball one high. Miles Layton on the mound, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, no earned runs, and 1 hit here early. Called strike one, even count 1-1 from Layton to Bostock. Second time through the order here for Miles Layton. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Quickly here to Bostock. Called strike 3. Four strikeouts here for Miles Layton as he gets Bostock swinging. One out, bottom of the third inning. Syberg stepping up to the plate, struck out in the first inning. Takes ball 1 to start things off here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Nobody on for the Tigers. Chase Ford in the on-deck circle. Taden Kawa in the hole. Fouled back. Count evens up. 1-1 here to Burge. Outside and low, 2-1. Count working here for Burge. Mentioned. Syberg swinging at strike 2, even count 2-2. 2 hits versus Brighton yesterday. 2 hits versus Salem Hills. And a run scored. This one hit sharply to second base. That's going to do it. Second out here in the bottom of the third inning. 4-3 ground out. As Layton retires Syberg. That'll bring up Chase Ford, fly out in the first. Ford pitched earlier today in the win versus Salem Hills. 2 outs, nobody on, takes strike 1. Swing and a miss, quickly 0-2 here on Chase Ford from Miles Layton. Oh-2 pitch, line sharply to shortstop. Snagged right there by Jack Saba. And the inning here in the bottom of the third inning. We'll take it to the top of the fourth. Scoreless, 0-0 in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. We'll get a word from our sponsors and be right back. And we are back here at Larry H. Miller Field at Brigham Young University. Zach Ingman will get the 4th inning on the mound for the Tigers. Excellent performance so far. 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 1 hit, no earned runs in a 0-0 ball game between the 2-seed Brighton Bengals and the 6-seed Orem Tigers, leading things off for the Bengals. Number 24, Riley Brown, walked in the first inning. We'll get things started here in the fourth. Swing and a miss at the 0-0 pitch. Make it 0-1. One pitch coming. Skied into foul territory. Playable. Can't make the catch at first base. 0-2 count here Quickly to Riley Brown. Riley Brown, 24, playing third base, batting in the 3 spot. On the year, Brown, 440 average, 111 plate appearances, 40 hits, 36 RBIs, 12 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs, and 12 walks with a 1.316 OPS for the Salt Lake Community College commit. 0-2 pitch coming. Laid off. Called strike on the outside corner there. Didn't even see it. That'll be out number 1, strikeout number 2 for Zach Ingman. Bengal faithful didn't love the call. 1 out here in the top of the 4th regardless. That'll bring us to River Schmidt, number 28 in the DH spot. Hitting in the cleanup. Ball outside 1-0 with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 4th. Schmidt grounded into a double play in the 1st. That ended the inning. Works the count 2-0 here.
Hey, buddy, stop playing with the team, please.
2-0 pitch coming here. Fouled back to stay alive. River Schmidt. Still scoreless here. Ingman through 3 1/3 innings of no-run ball. Swung on. Fouled off. Just barely to stay alive. 2-2 count. Two pitch coming. Blooped over to the third base. Playable. Will not beat out the throw. Great play there. 5-3 ground out from Kawa. Pitching it over to Van Buren for the 2nd out of the inning here in the top of the 4th. Still scoreless. Brighton 0, Orem 0. In a must-win game for the Tigers. Ingman having himself a day on the mound for Orem. Ball outside, 1-0. 2 outs, nobody on. Here for Cooper Scott. Cooper Scott in the 5-hole. Hits this one high, foul territory. Playable for out number 3 in the inning. 1, 2, 3 inning here for Zach Ingman. Through 4 innings of scoreless ball for number 8. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning with the Tigers up to bat. 0-0 ball game here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Playoffs. We'll be right back after a word from Brigham Young University here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 0-0 still here in a must-win game for the Tigers. Bengals have 2 games to win 1. But Orem will have something to say about it, with Taden Kawa leading things off here in the 4th. Miles Layton still on the mound. Fouled back 0-1 to Kawa. Layton, 4 strikeouts, 1 hit, 2 walks, no earned runs here in the game so far. 1-2-3 inning. Last time up. Works quickly here. 0-2 to Taden Kawa. Ball outside, 1-2 to Kawa. Taden Kawa, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, 2 runs versus Salem Hills. In their 2nd matchup of the week, takes the ball outside 2-2. Kawa as well with the walk-off home run versus Salem Hills in the 1st matchup a couple of days ago. Swing and a miss, 5th strikeout there for Miles Layton. On the 2-2 pitch, out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody on, 1 out. Zach Ingman, the pitcher, stepping up to the plate, pitching himself a gem on the other side of things as well for the Tigers. Both pitchers with an absolute gutsy performance here in a crucial game here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Playoffs. 1-0 pitch, hit well, center field, playable. Play will be made there by Easton Fry. Quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Miles Layton. That'll bring up Jackson Johnson. Jackson, walk in the 2nd inning. Takes strike 1, on the outside corner of the plate. This one hit high into left field. Drifting foul, playable. And that will do it. Quick 1, 2, 3 inning here from Miles Layton to keep things tied up at 0. Heading to the top of the 5th inning in the 5A Utah State Baseball Playoffs. We'll get a word from our sponsors in return. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field. A word from our sponsors. Today's game is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. We'll start things off here in the top of the 5th. Leading things off, Easton Fry, number 25. Playing center field, wearing number 6. Zach Ingman remains on the mound. Through 4 innings of work for Ingman. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit, no earned runs to keep things scoreless. Pitchers duel so far. Neither offense having any luck as we enter the 5th inning. Easton Fry trying to change that, trying to break open the scoring for the Bengals. Strike 1 on the outside corner, coming in from Ingman. 0-1. Ball skipped into the dirt. 1-1 even count to Easton Fry. Mentioned it earlier, Easton Fry, 410 average, 1.564 OPS to lead the team. 12 home runs to lead the team. He'll take ball 2 low and away. A lot of power in that bat for number 25. Two one here from Ingman. Outside and low once again. 3-1 count. Here's the 3-1 coming from Ingman to Fry. Fouled off, count runs full here, 3-2. Top of the 5th inning. Ball outside on the full count. Lead off walk to start things off here in the top of the 5th for Easton Fry. Coming up to bat, number 8, J.C. Garza in the 7th spot. Playing catcher on defense today. Grounded out in the 2nd. Man on first. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner of the plate. Here's the 0-1 from Ingman. This one hit hard into left center. Ball trailing back. Easton Fry to third. He's going to head home. That's going to be an RBI double here for J.C. Garza. He stops at second base. Scoreless no longer as Brighton with the first run of the game in the top of the 5th inning on the J.C. Garza RBI double. Easton Fry leading off the inning with a walk. Going first to home on the double from Garza to break things open here in the 5th. Bengals leading 1-0. Runner on second base. Top of the 5th, nobody out. Josh Mawhinney singled in the 3rd. He'll step up to the plate, looking to add to the Bengal lead. Ingman stays on the mound here. Just his 2nd hit given up of the game. First earned run. First run of the game for either team coming here in the top of the 5th inning. It's going to bring up Mawhinney. No outs. Runner on second base. High and inside. 1-0 pitch. Ball too high. 2-0 count here to Mawhinney with a runner on second. Nobody out in the top of the 5th. RBI double just a moment ago from J.C. Garza to get things started for the Bengal offense. Taking a look back at second is Ingerman. 2-0 pitch. High once again. Mawhinney working a 3-0 count here. Pitch coming in high. Mawhinney reaches base for the 2nd time today. A single and 3rd walk here in the 5th. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Nobody out. Top of the 5th inning. Nacho Price, the 9-hitter, struck out in the 3rd, will come up to the plate. Wearing number 3, having a conversation here with the 3rd base coach. Ingerman having a chat on the mound with the infield. We got some action in the Orem bullpen here, with the Bengals taking a 1-0 lead. Nobody in the Brighton bullpen, with Miles Layton on the mound for the designated away team. Zach Ingman on the mound still here for the Tigers, trying to work out of the jam. Bunt here, perfectly placed. Throw to first, not in time. Bases loaded here on the bunt from Nacho Price. Showing off the speed down the first base line. Runners will advance. Bases loaded, nobody out here. Back to the top of the lineup we go for number 9, Jack Saba. Saba, fly out in the 1st, walk in the 3rd. A chance to break things open here in the top of the 5th inning. Nobody out with bases loaded. Pinch runner here for the Bengals. Number 14, the freshman, Talon Smith, will get the pinch run opportunity here. We'll reset here. Ingman still on the mound for the Tigers in a big spot, trying to work out of a bases loaded jam with nobody out. Bengals lead 1-0. Pitch to Saba. Right at first base. Play will be made at third. Play will be made at first. Off the bag. Spoke too soon there. Runner will be safe at first. A 1-2 ground out there from the pitcher Ingman back to the catcher. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Brighton with a 1-0 lead. Brings up Case Beams. A triple in the first, ground and a double play in the third. Swing and a miss on the 0-0. And make it 0-1 here to Beams. Action in the Orem bullpen. Lefty pitcher warming up with the righty. Zach Ingman on the mound. Righty-righty matchup with Case Beams. This one fouled back. Quickly 0-2 on Beams. Runner out at first base for out number 1 to hold things at 1-0 Bengals. (0-2) pitch. Bounced into the dirt, make it 1-2. Number 24, Riley Brown in the on-deck circle. River Schmidt, number 28, in the hole. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt again, even count 2-2. Here to Beams, working back in the count, coming back from an 0-2 deficit in the count, making it 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of 5, bases loaded. Ump giving a friendly reminder to the Brighton dugout. Keep things friendly. Heated matchup. As a shot into center field's going to drop. That's going to bring home 1 runner. Wisely stays at third is Nacho Price. But that's an RBI single here for Case Beams. 2-0 Bengals lead. Bases still loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. It's going to bring up Riley Brown. A walk in the first, strikeout in the 4th. Big spot here. Takes ball 1 inside. Scoreless entering the 5th. Brighton putting together a rally to take the lead 2-0. Strike 1 called, 1-1 count. Swung on, third base side, quickly 1-2 here to Riley Brown. Third base side once again. Stays a 1-2 count. Zach Ingman remaining on the mound. Couple of pitchers warming up in the Orem bullpen. 1-2 pitch coming. Ball went foul before it went back into fair play. Reset. 1-2 pitch once again. Riley Brown, number 24. Trying to keep the line moving here in the top of the 5th inning for the Bengals. Swung on. High center field. Playable. Runner's going to tag. And that's going to advance the runners to second and third and bring in the third run of the day on the sacrifice RBI here from Riley Brown. That's going to bring up number 28, River Schmidt, batting in the 4 spot for the Bengals with a 3-0 lead. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Oh, 1 count here to Schmidt. Schmidt grounded into a double play in the first, ground out in the fourth. Ball in the dirt. That's going to get to the backstop. That's going to drive in another run, advance the runner from second to third. 4-0 Bengals on the wild pitch here from Zach Ingman. Makes the count 1-1 on the wild pitch. Runner at third, 2 outs, top of the 5th inning, 1-1 count here to River Schmidt. Swung on, foul tapped, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 coming in from Zach Ingman. Swung on. Third base side, playable for Kawa. 5-3 ground out here to end things in the top of the 5th inning. We'll take it to the bottom of the 5th. Bengals with a 4 spot in the top of 5 to take the lead here, 4-0 in a must-win game for the Orem Tigers. You're watching KSLSports.com. We'll be right back.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field here at Brigham Young University. Message from our sponsors. Today's game is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. But great rewards are just the beginning. Convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Bottom of the 5th inning. Brighton leading here 4-0 over Orem. Couple of RBIs here. Sac fly RBI, RBI single, RBI double. And a bunt fielder's choice for the Bengals gave them the 4-0 lead. With number 12, Parker Van Buren leading things off here in the 5th inning. Fouled back, 0-1. Miles Layton remaining on the mound through 4 innings of work, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit, no earned runs. Count evens up 1-1 here to Van Buren. Van Buren wearing number 12 at first base in the 7-hole. This one tapped over to second base. That's going to be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Four, 3 ground out. Start things off here in the bottom of the 5th for Miles Layton and the Brighton defense. That's going to bring up Mads Powelson, struck out in the 2nd in his first plate appearance. Takes ball 1 outside and low. One 0 pitch. Swung on. Foul ground. Right side, playable. Out number 2, just like that in the bottom of the 5th. Quick work for Miles Layton. Easton Petita at the plate here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Wearing number 13, batting in the 9th spot, playing in right field today. Flew out in the 2nd inning. 4 hits, 4 RBIs in Game 1 versus Salem Hills today. Takes strike 1 from Miles Layton. Through 4 2/3, Layton still scoreless. Ball 1 high, even count 1-1. This one hit high, playable in foul territory once again, and that's going to do it. 1-2-3 inning from Miles Layton. 3 straight 1-2-3 innings, 9 up, 9 down. Through in the 3rd through 5th. That's going to do it here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll take you to the top of the 6th inning after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field here at Brigham Young University. Top of the 6th inning. Brighton leading 4-0. Cooper Scott leading things off in the top of 6. 4 spot. Last inning for the Brighton offense in the top of the 5th to take the lead here in a winner-go-home game for Orem. Takes ball 1. Brighton, 2 games to win 1. With a 4-0 lead. Top of the 6th. Takes ball 2. New pitcher here for Orem. Number 22, Beckett Henry, the freshman, stepping in here, down 4-0. Ball 3 high. Here's the 3-1 pitch coming from Hendry. Swung on. High fly ball left field. Playable by Mac Ellison for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Easton Fry stepping up to the plate. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Fry in the 2nd. Digging for 3rd, was tagged out, walked in the 5th. Will get his 3rd plate appearance of the afternoon here with 1 out. Called strike 1 on the outside rail. Foul tipped off, make it 0-2. Skipped into the dirt, make it 1-2 here to Easton Fry. Mentioned it earlier, Easton Fry, 410 average, 1.564 OPS. Just ridiculous numbers from the senior. Here's the 1-2. High fly ball, left center field. Playable by the left fielder once again. Mac Ellison for out number 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. It's going to bring us to J.C. Garza. J.C. Garza last time at the plate with an RBI double to get the scoring started for the Bengals. Ball 1 outside here from Hendry. 1-0 pitch. Called strike 1, even count 1-1 on the pitch from the freshman, Beckett Henry. Relieving Zach Ingman of his duties. This ball hit hard, left field. It's going back. It's going back. It is out of here off the scoreboard. J.C. Garza following up his RBI double in the 5th with a solo home run here in the 6th. An absolute bomb right off the scoreboard for Garza. With 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, adding to the lead, the dugout there to meet him. 5-0 Brighton Bengals on top. Have yourself a day, J.C. Garza. Josh Mawhinney now at the plate with 2 outs after the solo bomb just a moment ago. Ball 1 inside. Fouled off, right side out of play. Over to shortstop. Throw a little high, but play is made. 6-3 ground out here to end the top of the 6th, but not before J.C. Garza gives a little bit of insurance to the Brighton Bengals, who lead 5-0 heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll get a quick word from our sponsors and return short. Welcome back here to Brigham Young University. Bottom of the 6th inning, Bengals leading the Tigers 5-0. Leading off the inning for Orem, Merrick Bostock. A walk and a steal in the 1st and a strikeout in the 3rd. Miles Layton having himself a day. 4 Ks, just 2 walks, 1 hit, no earned runs. Retired 9 straight batters here as he throws in the 1-1. Appeal to the first base umpire. Did not go. 2-1 to Bostock. Tigers trying to rally here in the bottom of the 6th. This one, it's going to get down for a base hit. Merrick Bostock leading off the inning with a leadoff single. Just the 2nd hit of the day allowed by Miles Layton. Orem trying to rally. We'll go to the 2-hitter, Cy Burge, playing shortstop. Strikeout in the 1st, ground out in the 3rd. With a man on first, nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Swung on, slow tapper to first base. Get it over to 2nd. Play at 1st, in time. Oh, they'll call it safe. Just the 1 out there at 2nd. 1 out nonetheless. Cy Burge. Excuse me. Yeah, Cy Burge, sorry. Number 1 at first base. Reaching on a fielder's choice. Got to bring up Chase Ford. Number 4 in the DH spot. Fly out and a line out so far in this game. He'll get his 3rd plate appearance with a runner on first base. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Called strike 1. 1-1 count running here to Chase. Batting in the 3 spot, Taden Kawa on deck. Outside, 2-1. Two-one pitch, line into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Burge going to hold at 2nd. 1 out single here in the bottom of the 6th inning for Chase Ford. Just the 3rd hit of the day allowed here by Miles Layton. Coming in a big spot as the Tigers trying him out a comeback. Taden Kawa so far today. Fly out in the 1st, strikeout in the 4th. Runners on 1st and 2nd, 1 out bottom of the 6th innings for Kawa in his 3rd plate appearance. to chat at the mound with Miles Layton. Miles Layton's day is done. 4 strikeouts, 3 hits, 2 walks, no earned runs. For number 11, pitched an absolute gem today. His day will be done. We'll get some warm-up pitches here from our relief pitcher. We'll take you to a break. You're watching KSLSports.com. We're at Larry H. Miller Field at Brigham Young University. Bottom of the 6th inning. Runners on first and second. Miles Layton day is done. Bengals will bring in number 23, Cooper Scott. Been playing at left field all day. Will come in with 1 out in the 6th. 1.75 ERA on the year. Just 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 12 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Pitched versus Orem yesterday. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, no earned runs. We'll get things started here with Taden Kawa at the plate, runner on first and second. Brighton leading 5-0 in a winner-go-home game for Orem. Swing and a miss at strike 1. A 1 pitch from Scott. Low, 1-1. Ball high, 2-1. Two-one pitch coming in from Scott to Kawa. It's high. 3-1 count here to Taden Kawa. Had a walk-off home run on Monday versus Salem Hills. Couple of RBIs earlier today, once again versus Salem Hills. He'll take a 5-pitch walk that'll load up the bases here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's going to bring up Zach Ingman, starting pitcher today for the Tigers. A single and a steal in the 2nd, a fly out in the 4th. We'll get his 3rd plate appearance here in the 3rd. Here in the 6th, with bases loaded and 1 out. Takes ball 1 high. High and in tight for ball 2. Ducking out of the way is Zach Ingman. I have a little meeting at the mound between J.C. Garza and Cooper Scott. J.C. Garza with an RBI double in the 5th, solo home run in the 6th to open things up for the Bengals. Called strike 1, top of the rail, 2-1 count running. Here to Ingman. Two-one pitch coming in from Scott. Called strike 2, even count, 2-2. Working back in the count is Cooper Scott. Pitched versus Orem yesterday. Up on the plate once again. Swung on, fouled back. Staying alive is Ingman. 2-2 count. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Cooper Scott gives a little fist bump as he strikes out. Zach Ingman for the second out of the bottom of the 6th inning. Trying to work out of a bases-loaded jam is Cooper Scott. Relieving Miles Layton. Inheriting a runner on first and a runner on second. A walk from Scott has the bases loaded. But a strikeout there gives him 2 outs. Called strike 1 here to Jackson Johnson. Johnson with a walk in the second, fly out in the 4th. Trying to cut into this Bengals lead with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th. High and tight, 1-1, even count here to Johnson. Swing and a miss. Make it 1-2 quickly here to Johnson. Chase the ball outside for the second strike of the at-bat. 1-2 count, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. 1-2 pitch here from Scott. Swing and a miss. Cooper Scott is energized and ready to go. Striking out the final 2 batters of the inning with the bases loaded. Excellent job there by Scott to strand runners at first, second, and third. We will head to the top of the 7th inning with the Bengals up 5-0. Welcome back here to Brigham Young University at Larry H. Miller Field. Brighton Bengals, the 2 seed, leading the 6 seed Orem Tigers 5-0. Entering the top of the 7th inning. Bengals will be up to bat. Leading off the inning is Nacho Price. Beckett Henry, number 22, the freshman, on the mound here for the Tigers. Looking to keep this at a 5-0 game. Nacho Price struck out in the 3rd. Successful bunt down the 3rd base line in the 5th. And he'll get the leadoff spot for his 3rd plate appearance of the afternoon. Swing and a miss, that's strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch from Henry. Swing and a miss once again. Quickly 0-2 here to Nacho Price. Called strike 3 on the outside corner of the plate from Beckett Henry. Strikeout number 1 for Henry. Out number 1 here in the top of the 7th inning. Bring it back to the top of the order to number 9, Jack Saba. Fly out in the 1st, walk in the 3rd, bunt fielder's choice in the 5th. 4th plate appearance here in the top of the 7th. Nobody on, 1 away. Ball in the dirt here from Henry. 1-0. Called strike 1, 1-1 from Henry to Saba. Hit high into center field. Running back. Catch is made. Out number 2 in the inning for Beckett Henry. That'll bring up number 7, Case Beams. A triple in the 1st, grounded into a double play in the 3rd, and an RBI single in the 5th to help give the Bengals their 5-0 lead. Swung on sharply to 3rd base. Catch not made, but throw over to 1st in time. That'll do it here in the top of the 7th inning. Orem with their final 3 outs to work with here when we come back. after a word from our sponsors. And we are back here for the bottom of the 7th inning. 6 seed Orem Tigers, nothing. 2 seed Brighton Bengals, 5 here. In an elimination game for the Tigers. Bengals, 2 games to win 1. And 3 outs here, and they will advance to the 5A Utah State Championship and will take on whoever wins between Maple Mountain and Spanish Fork. Parker Van Buren, number 12, leading things off for the Tigers. 3 outs to work with, trying to make a comeback. Cooper Scott with a heater for strike 1 on the inside corner of the plate. Outside 1-1 even count. Cooper Scott with 2 strikeouts to end the 6th inning with the bases loaded. Let out an audible scream, was fired up coming off the mound for good reason. Called strike 2 here, 1-2 count on the bottom rail. 1-2 pitch from Scott to Van Buren. Swing and a miss. 3rd straight strikeout here from Cooper Scott. Throwing some gas, painting the edges for out number 1. That'll bring up number 7, pinch hitting, Blake Brotherson. One out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cooper Scott on the mound. Pitching to Brotherson. Called strike 1, looking middle. Scott working quickly here. Into the dirt, 1-1 even count. Went too far on the check swing. It's going to be a 1-2 count. Quickly here to Brotherson. Swing and a miss. 4 straight Ks for Cooper Scott. Been electric on the mound here through 2 innings of work. Came in to relieve Miles Layton in the 6th. Now has 4 straight strikeouts. 2 outs here, bottom of the 7th. Easton Petita at the plate. Hits this one hard into center field, playable. And that's going to do it. The Brighton Bengals, the 2 seed, are advancing to the 5A Utah State Championship to take on either Spanish Fork or Maple Mountain as they shut out the Orem Tigers here in Game 3 of 4 at Brigham Young University today. Unbelievable performance by Miles Layton, and closing it out was Cooper Scott. J.C. Garza with the RBI double and the solo home run to tack on some runs, and the Bengals will advance. Final here, Brighton Bengals 5, Orem Tigers nothing. Thank you all so much for joining us today for Game 3 of 4 at Larry H. Miller Field in the 5A Utah State Tournament on KSLSports.com. My name is Kyle Garrison. Tune back in here at 7 o'clock for a rematch of last night's game between the 20-seed Spanish Fork Dons and the 1-seed Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Thanks again for tuning in. We will see you all next time.